folks, welcome. Here we are. Soul meets strategy, soul over there. And welcome. This is our last episode in this series. So it doesn't mean we won't do another series, but in this series. And so Denise and I are here today to answer questions. So the big question is, hold on, let me find. There we are. What's on your mind? Ask us anything. So if you have a question about your business, please put it in the comments below. If you have a question about our program, please put it in the comments below. So I am going to be monitoring this. I got to go to my right thing here. Here we are. Okay. So please, put the comments in below. What do you have questions about your business? If I don't see some questions, we have some questions that people have asked us in the past that we are going to cover today in this last segment in this series. I can't believe this is 13 weeks, right? We've been doing
it went by so fast.
Yeah, when we first started
talking, yeah, unbelievable. And so I got an actual question this morning.
Oh, good. Perfect.
Yeah. And so, and I thought we could start with that. And I thought it was a very, very good question. And so, so this woman asked me now, Denise, I've got the plan. Like she's got, she knows where she's heading with her business. She's in her business, it's already going.
Yep.
And literally, and this is why she actually sent me this question this morning, is a week ago, about 10 days ago, someone came up to her and they offered her an opportunity. Now, it is still in the type of business that she's running, okay? But it's kind of a different branch that she has not branched into, okay, yet. But in her mind, she had thought one day when I'm more experienced or when I'm more whatever. So it is an opportunity. Now, all of a sudden, it takes up 2 full days a week for her, full, which means business has to change, right?
Yeah.
But it brings in this income that is good. So she goes, okay, Denise, my plan's already made. I've got a year plan, like everything is set. And it doesn't technically align with what I've already all planned, like her marketing and but she goes, it's an amazing opportunity. And then we had to sit, okay, because I actually spoke with her.
Okay. Yeah.
Denise, I gotta talk to you. Okay. Like, I don't know what to do. And that's why I'm also bringing it up here. And so what I said, listen, I go, you don't make a decision overnight because this does shift her business. Okay. And she wasn't planning on having that full-time manager quite yet.
Yeah.
She would need a full-time manager because if you are now branching out and into this other opportunity.
So without telling us who she is and what she is, can you give us a little hint about what kind of business it might be?
So, yes, I could. I'm like, okay, I just have to be careful, obviously,
Yeah.
And so she owns a cleaning company.
Right.
Okay, that offers cleaning in homes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And she's got staff and the whole bit. Perfect. Right. And at one point, the plan is to have like franchises. Yep. Okay. And having that full other, like she'll be totally out of the picture. Okay. Now but when that happens, her next step is then the next, let's say, That I'm not going to say because
Okay.
it's a real good original like this. Her next plan just showed up.
So my
Woman approached her,
yeah.
and said, I would love to have you for this, but this was only supposed to happen after these franchises are really on the go. And now she goes, oh my gosh, this is amazing, but I'm not quite ready. So this totally makes us reevaluate. Wait a minute, do you really need the franchises? Will the franchises really bring in the income that you think? Because that's a big headache.
And
It's a lot of work.
yeah,
And she's having a hard time with this. And she's been trying and trying and trying, and there's a lot of resistance, and it's a lot of staff.
yep.
So I'm like, wait a minute. I go, is there a possibility that we can just go straight to the next level that you want to be at? And the answer is,
yeah, my
if you have a good,
would be, does that next step, does that next chapter fill her soul
absolutely,
as well
and
as
more money.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so right away we said, wait a minute, we need to reevaluate the time and all of that. And that's exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you can maybe skip the whole idea.
So my comment also would be,
Mhm.
I think someone saw her zone of genius
100%.
before she saw her own.
Absolutely.
And I think that is perhaps a big opportunity. Maybe she can work 2 days a week for this in this position and
Yeah.
have 3 days a week off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so now, so again, we've been doing some coaching, and the coaching, okay, has been a lot about self-worth, okay, about really seeing her full potential and all of that, and establishing her working less because she's working way too much.
Yeah.
It's crazy. She's going to burn out, and she's losing her zest for what it is that she loves.
Can't
So
imagine. Can't imagine.
right? Imagine that. And so, and I'm like, perfect. It's funny how the universe works sometimes, and how sometimes opportunities come up. And so I loved it. I'm like, wow. And it really opened up her way of viewing things differently.
Yeah, a different
And it's
perspective.
important to have that flexibility
Very
to
good.
review how it is, to really have a look at, is what I'm doing really leading to what it is that I want? Is it more profitable financially? Is it even time-wise?
Yeah.
And
And I think sometimes we have a goal in mind
Mhm.
and we get stuck on the how we're going to reach the goal. So
Yeah.
I'll give you another example of this was I had clients come to me and their goal was to sell their business in 5 years because they wanted to travel the world.
Yeah.
Well, I said, so which is your goal? Travel the world or sell your business? Well, they thought selling their business was the only way to reach their goal. And I showed them another way. They didn't have to sell their business, but they could run it more like CEOs rather than
That's correct.
everything officers. And they did. They set their business up in such a way that they traveled the world. And in 7 months, their business grew by 70%. So don't get stuck on the how. Just keep in mind that goal that you have.
That's correct. Because there might be other ways of getting it there that you haven't thought of.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cool.
And so anyway, I just thought it was perfect timing in regards to what we're doing, what we're talking about today, right?
Right.
So yeah, when she called and when she reached out to me, and I'm like, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting sometimes how things fall into place.
Fall into place for sure. So I
Yeah.
am monitoring on my phone
Yes.
my Facebook page so that I can see comments that are coming. So if you have a question, please put it, whether it's on my business Facebook page or on
Mhm.
Denise's. And Denise should be able to see that on her phone if
Mhm.
she looks at your thing. So, anyway, in the meantime, we just wanted to go over a couple of questions. I'm going to banner here. So, we have, as we mentioned earlier, a new program that we are launching. It is by application only.
Mhm.
And here is the link on this. So it's dianalidstone.com/soul-meets-strategy.
Yeah.
And we thought we would just answer a few very specific questions today about this because just by looking at the sales page, someone might go, well, I don't know if this is for me or not.
Yeah.
So, Denise, do you have a specific question that you think potential clients for this program might have?
So I know that the sum of the questions that I've already had, okay,
Yeah.
when people reached out to me one-on-one, um, was always the combination of the soul and strategy. Okay. And if they've got part of the business plan, they're struggling, obviously. Whoever it is that's going to be interested in this, and the
Mhm.
ones that are interested in this, is the creating of a better balance when it comes to their personal lives, their personal dreams. Example, what you're talking about, the ones that want to travel the world, okay? Oh my goodness. And they've got a running business. So how to combine living in a state of being happy, content, still motivated, and all of that, bringing that personal aspect of it back into the game, back into your life, back into the business. And so the questions that I've received is, how is this all going to happen? And again, I think, and people, it is so important for individuals to understand you are getting a one-on-one like this every single week for 13 weeks, one-on-one per week with me, and a one-on-one every week with Diana separately.
Yeah. So
This is
you're
an
getting two coaches, one
yes.
for the strategy and one for the soul.
So, and
Mm.
because the individuals that reached out to me thought that they would be having us together like this. So they're wondering, how are we going to
Ah,
blend the soul? And
right.
I'm like, okay, no, I
No.
want to make this crystal clear.
Yeah.
Okay. You are getting awesome, incredible strategy with Diana. Okay. Once a week. You're going to have Diana to yourself
Yeah.
once a week, totally focused on the strategy for your business.
So
Then,
it's not a group program. It's not
nope.
whatever. It is private coaching,
Yeah,
individual coaching with myself, individual coaching with Denise.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And my side of it, we are literally going to look at your private life.
That's
We're going to look at your stress factors. We're going to look at even health factors. We're going to look at everything combined. Okay. And we are going to be setting goals. We're going to be looking at everything, what needs to be shifted, all of that, so that it marries in, okay, with your business. Because you can't, you
If you've
can't,
got if you've got chaos at home,
mhm.
you can be certain you're going to have chaos in your business, right?
And if you have chaos in the business, if
Yeah,
the income's not coming in, if you're working too much, it will bleed into your personal life
of
for
course.
sure.
Yeah.
Every business owner knows this.
Yes.
Every CEO understands this.
exactly.
Okay. And so that is the main questions that I've had is that. Okay. And so it is a total amazing to a linear approach.
And
Okay.
and I also just want to mention, it's not that Denise and I won't be talking to each other,
Oh my goodness.
right? So,
Absolutely not.
we are going to talk to each other about the direction that she is sending you, that I am sending you, etc.
Yes.
So it's not like you're going to have two coaches that are banging their heads, and giving you conflicting advice.
So another question, by the way, that I had, because this one woman goes, look, Denise, what happens if halfway through it or something like this, I want to make changes to the program? And I go, oh, what do you mean? Like, and she goes, well, because what if, like, depending on how quickly I'm going and all of that, I go, the program is geared again, one-on-one, specifically for what
Yeah.
it is that they need. So is there flexibility in how we go about in the program? 100%.
Yeah.
It depends on where your business is at. It depends on how
Ah,
many kids do you have at home? Do
yeah.
you have a 90-year-old mother that you're helping to take care of? All of these things are taken into consideration.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I also want to touch on that a bit about what stage your business is at. Um, I would have said at the beginning that this is a program, a commitment, if you will, for a seasoned business owner. However, that being said, the journey that we're going to go on, I also see applicable to somebody who is, I won't say seasoned, I won't say a beginner, but early in the stages of their business. And I want to
Yep.
share with you, if I can do this technically, I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to come this. Look at that! I'm so excited. Okay. So what I have done here is I have taken the Work Less, Profit More framework. For those of you who don't know, it's 5 pillars, et cetera, et cetera. And in 13 weeks, I consider this to be a reset if you are a seasoned business owner, okay? It won't be a reset if you are a new business owner. It would be getting clear. So you can see the journey and it starts. Yep. We talk about mindset. Denise is probably going to, get pretty clear on that. Vision. Yeah. Vision. I work with my clients and I have a Freedom Compass template, and it's a 1-page document that will really, I've been using it lately with some very established businesses, and they go, oh my God, it's so clear. And it's 1 page they can keep in front of them. We get clear on what the model is, the freedom-driven business model. And then we get into what I call your revenue growth engine. Okay, that's number 5. Your revenue growth engine is your systems for marketing, sales, and client fulfillment. This is the engine that will drive momentum. So we're going to go through the 6 P's, if you will, of the marketing mix. And we're going to really hone that in for this next chapter of your business. So we talk about here, let's see, mix, people. Then we talk about program price, promise, promotion, the 3 scalable systems. Maybe we have to talk about your sales system. Maybe we have to talk about your client fulfillment system. And I never want to leave without talking about finances, making data-based business decisions. And here is another pillar, which is the quarterly planning. So just for those who are more visual, this is kind of the journey that I anticipate taking you on. Some areas we might have to dive into a bit more, other areas not so much. And
Exactly.
we're
Because
talking about flexibility. Yeah.
I wanted to be clear that if one of these topics is an area that needs more attention, it
Yeah.
could take up 3 sessions. Because
Yeah.
if you've got another one going great, and that's not an issue. So there is that flexibility.
For sure.
Because I know at my end, that always change. There's always flexibility and change,
Yeah.
depending on where you're at in your journey, depending on what areas need more focus on.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's just
more,
like,
yeah,
I
more
was
clarity.
working with a client this morning, and she said, what's really pressing is I really need to hire a new person. And I went,
Mhm.
okay, that's we got to figure this out. We got to talk about roles. We got to talk about being, HR, what's your budget, all this type of thing. And so, we shifted because that was a priority.
Yep,
So,
same. Yep, absolutely. And literally, as you say, the same. I had a client this morning
yeah,
coming in, and the plan went out the window.
yeah,
Not the whole business plan. No, no.
no, no,
The session plan went
yeah.
out the window. She came in. Okay. I got to tell you, I fired her, da, da, da. And I'm like, oh, okay, we need to talk. Now, the strategy for the short term,
Yeah,
2-week strategy just changed. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's about being flexible.
Yeah.
Uh, as much as we want to be proactive as business owners, sometimes, things change and we have to be a little reactive, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I think we've hit a number of questions. Will I get lost in a group of strangers? No, because it's private one-on-one. What results can I expect? That's always a question, people ask. And I go, so my question is, what results are you looking for?
Mhm.
Are they clear? Are you clear on what results you really want? Do you want to reclaim 10 hours a week? Do you want to double your profits? Do you want to whatever? But is any of this um, in alignment or reasonable
Yeah.
in 13 weeks? So I want to just say that that's one of the reasons why this is an application process. We
Mhm.
have to get clear on what it is you
Yeah.
want.
Mhm. I agree 100%. And personally, I often want even more results than what the clients want.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
100%. So
Yeah,
I 100%, um, I want more for you, okay? Um, or at least equally, that's for sure, than what you want for yourself. And the very beginning of the program, we discuss the clarity of vision and the flexibility of vision.
yeah.
Okay, um, because just what even happened just with the one I was talking about earlier, her vision was somewhat clear. She thought was actually very
Somewhat.
clear.
Yeah, somewhat.
And look how quickly it changed. It evolved to what she wanted so much quicker,
Yeah.
and which is incredible, which is amazing. So, um, one of the things, by the way, one of the questions that came, not the one this morning, but anyway, I've already tried so many programs. What makes this different?
Yeah, I wonder.
You know what? We make this about your life. That's it. It's not just a program on marketing. It's not just a program on the 5 pillars or the whatever.
No,
It isn't just,
it's
okay?
not,
We're
and it's
we're
not theory and fluff and whatever.
no,
You are
exactly.
you're going to have homework and you're going to have stuff
Yes.
to do that is
Yes,
concrete that will move the needle in your business.
absolutely. And it isn't just about singing Kumbaya.
No.
No, and that's it. We're not the sessions with me are not sessions of meditation. And okay, when I say this, we're going to talk about that, sure, of
Yeah.
course. They are sessions of action,
There
taking
we are. Good.
action,
Yeah.
movement. What do you do on a weekly basis? And all of that. And do I, from my end, talk about universal energy? Oh, you bet I do. Do we also talk about what do you physically do on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis that will get you closer to where you want to be? Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Very practical approach.
Yeah. And I think that's where, I've been I've been an entrepreneur for more than 40 years. I've taken tons of courses, the $97 this, the free that, the lead magnet, the online course that cost me $600, $1,000, $2,000.
Mhm.
And I know for me, the absolutely only way that I see movement and momentum in my business is when I have hired a private coach. That's me. Because guess what? They keep you accountable. They call out your
Yes.
shit. They, it's
It,
a
it's
partnership, right?
it is personal.
Yeah.
And I remember not too long ago, okay, a coach I hired, and I remember, holy moly, man.
Yes,
Ooh.
exactly.
And I'm like, oh wow. And I'm a coach. I've been coaching for, I don't know, over 20 whatever years. I keep on forgetting. Like time goes by real fast. Because I always have to think back, how old is my son? Damn. Oh, so anyway, so do coaches hire coaches? Of course they do.
They better. They
Of course
better.
they better. That's called growth.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So anyway, so I'm like, this, okay, I'm going to dish out the money. I got to,
Yep.
not I got to, it's smart. It's called investing. So anyway, and I am telling you, and that was the time I spent the most, and this is no word of a lie, is that is when I truly discovered my worth. And that is what created, that is, okay, I did other little ones and I shouldn't say I cheaped out. It was different.
Right.
It was different. That's all I'm going to say. But that one, okay, is what shifted me. Done.
Yeah.
It brought me to the next level. And I had no idea it was going to do that.
I remember the first program that I invested, I want to say it was like 20,000 US. Now, this was many years ago, 20,000 US.
Yeah.
And I went, it was the scariest thing I had ever done. But yeah, it was, my business doubled. My business doubled. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that, you work with us for 13 weeks and your business is going to double. I'm just going to say that when you make a significant investment in yourself, then the potential is there because you recognize the worth.
Yeah.
Someone
I will say,
also told me, if you expect people to pay you, I'll just pick a number, $10,000 for a program or services over the course of a year, and you have never invested that amount in yourself, you will never get it.
Self-worth.
Right? Yeah. Because
Absolutely.
if you say you're not worth 10,000, I'm just picking a number, $10,000, right? If you're not worth $10,000, then why in heaven's name would your clients ever invest that money with you? That kind of money.
And I am actually going to say that if you do take the 13-week program, your life is going to change.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah.
Denise, how can you say that with so much confidence? Because I've been coaching a long time and I see the results that I have with my clients. If
Yeah.
I did not have the results, I'd be out of business. If
That's
I did not have the results, I wouldn't have this confidence when I say it. And I say it with a smile, with a whole bunch of love, because I know it, because I practice what I preach, because I practice what I preach, because I see the results. And
yeah.
I'll tell you, your life will change.
And your business will. There
Oh,
we are.
yes, that's your life. That
Right.
is,
It's
because
part of your life. It's part of
it's
your life.
part of your life. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I'm just saying.
Just saying. Just saying. Well,
Yes.
we are at the top of the hour. I don't see any questions on my end. If
Okay.
we find some questions that are posted because you've watched this on replay, we will go in, we will attempt to answer them as best we can without giving away, your secrets. But
Mhm.
please, if
Correct.
this speaks to you at all, please go to dianalidstone.com/soul meets strategy
Mhm.
and fill out an application form. Have a book a call with Denise, book a call with myself. We're happy to chat with you because we start next week.
In a week or two.
Yep.
So this 13 weeks, by the way, I got to hear from different women, and actually from one man too, which is okay,
Yeah.
of course, of course. And I do want, and I know that we are at the end of our 13 weeks, and I want to specifically thank everyone that has joined us, everyone that has listened to us afterwards, the ones that have commented, because I did, and I know Diana did as well, receive some one-on-one messages. And I want to say that this was a pleasure, this sharing with you, this actual time with Diana as well.
Yeah, it's been great.
Absolutely beautiful time. And I just want to thank everybody who took the time to join us, who's taken any little tidbits, who was at our master class, which was awesome. And I want to thank everybody. And I know that we shall see you again, okay, in one way, shape, or form. But I
Yeah.
do want to thank everybody, by the way.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
saying that because, you know, very often get, busy doing things and I forget to thank people, but it is so important. And we do appreciate all of you for being here. When Denise and I, first thought about this, we were concerned about, oh, do we have enough content? How are we going to, talk for half an hour? And
Yeah,
and it's flown by. It's
yes,
flown by. So, yeah, so thank you so much. And as I said, please feel free to, ask us some questions below, and we will do our best to answer them. So, thank you so
absolutely.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
Mwah. From Soul Meets Strategy.
Bye for now.
Hmm.